Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss geometric form measurement. The component produced in industries are required to have geometrical features of their own or in relation with mating parts. The specification of geometrical tolerance or in addition to the normal dimensioning tolerance is becoming a common practice because the geometrical accuracy of the component is as important as their size for its correct functioning with the mating parts. It also influences the wear on the moving parts. It is of fundamental importance for correct functioning of the measuring instrument and the machine tools where the ability of the slide to move along straight line and the spindles to rotate about a fixed axis is essential. For stationary locating parts, the geometrical inaccuracy may affect the class of fits required as the clearance between the mating parts may be changed. The various common geometrical forms are straightness, flatness, squareness, parallelism, circularity and roundness, runout and concentricity. Now, we will discuss about straightness. A line is said to be straight over a given length if the variation of the distance of its points from two planes perpendicular to each other and parallel to the generation direction of the line remains within the specified tolerance limits. The reference plane being so chosen that their intersection is parallel to the straight line joining two points suitably located on the line to be tested and the 2 points being close to the ends of lanes to be measured. Now we will discuss about various straightness testing method. The first method is straight edge method. This is the simplest method of testing straightness of a surface. A straight edge of known accuracy is applied to the surface to be tested and the degree of contact is determined by marking feelers or light gap. The more accurate method of measuring the straightness is a straight wedge method. A straight edge is supported at the points for minimum deflection on two unequal piles of slip gauges so that it is at a slight inclination to the surface to be tested. The distance between the supports is divided into equal number of parts and marked on the straight edge. If both the straight edge and the surface are perfectly straight, the gap at each point will vary uniformly. Now, in this diagram, there are two values of slip gauges. First one is 10 mm and second one is 10.1 mm. Now, we can divide this distance into two equal parts. Therefore, the distance between point A and point B is 0.05 mm. Now, we are inserting the slip gauges of required height. If there is no error, the slip gauges will make contact with both the surface exactly at the mark position. If however there are error in straightness, the slips will not fit exactly at their mark position but will be displaced one way or other along the straight edge by an amount proportional to the errors. Next method is either spirit level method or autocollimator method. Now we will discuss about the spirit level method. The spirit level method is a most convenient method of testing straightness of a surface of any length to a high degree of accuracy. A straight line is drawn on the surface whose straightness is to be checked. A sensitive spirit level fitted with 2 feet at a convenient distance apart is moved along this line in steps equal to the pitch distance between the center lines of the feet. For each position, the reading is noted. If there is a variation in the bubble position, that it represent angular variation in the surface, and these are converted into the differences in height of the feet above or below the straight point. And now we will discuss about the autocollimator. The main principle of this method is same as that of the spirit level method. In this method, a block fitted with feet at convenient distance apart and carrying a plane reflector is moved along the surface in steps equal to the pitch of the feet. Angular variation at each position are used to plot the graph of error. When testing vertical surfaces, an optical square may be interposed so that autocollimator can be used in the horizontal position. This is usually more convenient than arranging the instrument with its axis vertical. A particular feature of this method is that it can be used for vertical side of horizontal slide way where the level can't be used. Now in this diagram, suppose we want to check the straightness of lathe bed. The lathe bed must be straight as it carries various parts of the machines like carriage, tool post, etc. Now we have to measure the relative angular position of the section between points A, B, C or D, E, F, G. Initially, draw a straight line on the surface whose straightness is to be tested. Now divide it into equal number of sections. The length of each section is equal to the base of that plane reflector. Now the base of plane reflector has 2 feet and it makes a point contact on the surface to be tested. The reflector and instrument are arranged such that the image of the cross wire of collimator appears nearest to the center of the field. For complete movement of the reflector along the surface of straight line, the image of cross wire will appear in the field of eyepiece. Now the reflector is moved to the other end of surface BC in equal distance between the feet. The tilt of the reflector is noted down in seconds from the eyepiece. Sometimes to ensure that the reflector is stepped along the straight line in a straight edge is also used. Next geometrical form is flatness. According to IS 2063-1962, a surface is deemed to be flat within a given range of measurement when the variation of the perpendicular distance of its point from a geometrical plane parallel to the general trajectory of the plane to be tested remains below a given value. Now we will discuss about various flatness testing method. The first method is surface plate method. For majority of dimension measurement and establishment of geometric accuracy, a reference plane is required. A reference plane must be perfectly flat and smooth. The instrument and workpiece are kept on this datum plate for measurement purpose. Also, it is used for direct comparison and acts as a master for checking of flatness and other parameters. This perfectly flat plane of reference is available on important metrological device which is called as surface plate. It is basically a true flat and level plane. It is also made up of a cast iron, granite or glass block. It is placed on the bench, stand or table with its one flat polished surface facing upward. The surface plate can be obtained in many sizes from 160 mm by 100 mm to 2500 mm by 1600 mm. For flatness testing by surface plate, initially the surface to be checked is cleaned and any burrs are removed with an oil stone. Next method is dial gauge method. In this dial gauge method, The surface must be placed on a larger reference plate and supported by an adjustable screw or slip gauge so that the two surfaces can be set parallel to each other. Now the dial gauge is moved along the surface and observations are made. If there is no deflection, then we can say that that surface is perfectly flat. Next method is liquid wedge method. In this method, a piece of polished placed glass is placed on the surface with one long edge raised about a tenth of millimeter by insertion of a piece of paper, therefore forming a thin edge. A piece of cotton wool or brush in methylated spirit is applied quickly along the contacting edge. Due to the capillary action, the liquid drawn into the wedge, and after few minutes the edge of the liquid adjusts itself along a line of uniform thickness. Any departure from straightness of this liquid edge represents a departure from straightness of the surface to be tested. Next method is straight edge method. This method we already discussed in case of straightness. The same one is here. A straight edge of known accuracy is applied to the surface to be tested, and degree of contact is determined by marking filler or light gear. And last method is optical flat. Instead of that flat surface, an optical flat is used, and by using the interferometry principle we can determine the flatness of the surface. This one is for straightness and flatness. Thank you.